Hey guys, how's it going? Hey Instagram, hey YouTube, how are you guys doing? Just going to paste here our topic for the day. Awesome. Feeling good. Yay. Okay. So, hello. I hope you guys are doing super well. Just pulling up my mic closer for YouTube. I have some tea. I'm ready. I just had like it's black tea with some coconut milk, coconut oil, and water. And I'm ready to chat with you guys. Hey, Jade, how's it going? I'm so excited. It's so nice to chat with you. I don't do lives on weekends. Weekends are usually my day, but I felt called to. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good. Let's do a live. Let's make it happen. I was going through all the comments that you guys left, by the way, which I want to say thank you. YouTube and for the DMs that I got on Instagram. I love all the positivity that you guys have been giving me and just all the light. It's been so great. Hello, Instagram. How you guys doing? Let me know where you guys are listening from and how you're feeling today and all the goods. YouTube, let me know how you guys are feeling as well. I'm feeling like super good today. I hope you guys are too. I'm feeling like super bright and light and amazing. Today, we're going to be going over positivity, staying positive, how to stay positive during times like this. I just did a video that was quite out there. And, this is a great question, Jade. I'm going to actually answer this. I just did a video, which is a good answer and perfect timing, Jade, for that. But with what's going on with George Floyd, because people have been asking me questions. I've been getting a lot of influencers messaging me and saying, hey, Shika, like, want to know your opinion on it. So I did a video today that talked a lot about what I think right now, energetically, what we want and what we need as a world. And it's love. I really do think love. Again, I keep saying this, but things are getting thinner. Things are starting to come out that were already there. But because now we're actually waking up, we're actually not being distracted by society, it's actually louder and easier for us to kind of keep mind. So what do I know about, like, what do I think about George Floyd and what's going on? Obviously, I think it's unexplainable and not acceptable at all. I truly believe like every single person is equal. However, in the world that we live in today with so many opinions, it can be hard to get all people to come together and respect that. So it's great that we have social media where now people are online more, that we can actually educate them and just tell them, hey, like, this is a problem, we need to fix it. I think there needs to be a shift of our mentality and just understanding how can we love ourselves the way that we would want to be loved in our life, right? And I talked about that in today's video on like how to love more than just hate, and I think what happens is when you take a bunch of people and put them together in a space, it's going to be so difficult to get everyone to get along because we've been at home in ourselves for a while. A lot of us have never spent this much time with our spouses, with our partners, with just in life. No one's ever spent so much time inside for years, for decades, right? So when you put that tension along with some, opinions and thoughts of people in their head and at their home, and then they go into society and we're slowly integrating, it's going to cause this issue, right? And that's what I want to tell you guys, that there's a shift because we're rebirthing ourselves after working so deeply for the past 2 months as a collective internally at home. Now it's like, okay, we're getting a wake-up call. So yeah, I definitely agree. Jade just said for YouTube, hopefully it will help the world with equality. 100%. I just hope that people can just shift their mind a little bit and want to be educated. And regardless of where you stand in the experience, like obviously I'm talking out of a space of being a minority. So it's very different, like explaining it to people who might not necessarily understand the pain, but you can just educate yourself of understanding how can help in the position I'm in, right? So there's a lot of great posts on social media that you guys can go check out of influencers and creatives that are just trying to get that word out there, talking about their experiences, talking about how you can take your step forward. So do what's best for you. But like I said, I just really want you guys to know at the end of the day, this is a great example of how much pain we have in this world and how I hope that in this space, consciousness being conscious, being more loving, being more in the sense of ourselves, we can really shift that completely. Yimmy, hey, nice to see you. Feeling unappreciated. Oh, do I? Sorry, I just went up. Oh, do I pick and choose and keep, if anyone, for of that matter? Yeah, I just feel like people are feeling a lot unappreciated as well. I think so too. And one of the examples that I talked about isn't only just that, but there's other underlying hate crime that's been going on too. Like I know with what's going on with COVID, a lot of people have been more really rude to, people of Asian descent. And I think that is ridiculous. So there's also that education that's going on. I talk about that in the video too. So this is just a great way for us to just lean in. Now that we've internally worked on ourselves inwards so much, it's time to kind of like see what we can do with it and work together and just love the world a little bit more. So just be mindful. Like I always tell people, treat your strangers, treat your friends and family the way that you would want to be treated, but also the way that you would treat your own family, because that is someone's son, that is someone's daughter, that is someone's mother, that is someone's family member, right? So we're so interconnected, that energy can go back to us, right? And that's a great example of what happened recently with what's going on, is that, he had so many things going on with him, the officer that did this. And because of that pain, that hatred caused him to do what he did. And we've seen that with other accounts too, with other people, not just, police brutality, but other things such as, war historically. We've seen this also in just other times of means where humanity, the worst has gotten to us because of these issues, right? So I just really want you guys to kind of think about that, and just kind of like put intention for love for the world. I just want you to do that if you can do that this weekend, you're already doing your part. Put intention for love. Check on your loved ones, check on people who are in your space, who are, are affected by what's going on, like message them, just see how they're doing. How are things going? Like just check in. Those things are going to make a difference. So I hope that helps a little bit, answers your question. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. This is a Q&A style. I'm doing cards at the mid part like I usually do. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'd love to hear. Oh, and also, I hope you guys have your tea too, or your drinks, because I'm just like, oh, okay. Not to turn this into a religion-based conversation, but tarot readings, yoga things, and Tangled seem to provide more healing and unseen ventures. Yeah, it's funny you said that, Yimi, because I've noticed some people, including, my partner, who they aren't as spiritual or, wanting to go into the spiritual space or wanting to learn about it, and recently have been like questioning it or curious about it. It's kind of nice because it's allowing us to know that I really define, and this is me, I define spirituality as such a broad spectrum. Like it's really just believing. Believing is really, spirituality equals believing. It could be believing within yourself. It could be believing within something beyond that. But when it comes to that, it's beyond, it's believing something in an emotion that you can't do that under, a microscope glass and see it. It's something that we just believe in, right? So now people are believing in the power of humanity. People are believing the power of nature. Like we've seen this with like how quickly the pollution has reduced. Like we're doing so great, guys. The fact that we're taking that break, it just really allows us to know, man, we're doing great things. So I want you to know that even though it feels like things aren't moving, because I'm getting these messages, people are like, I feel like things are stagnant. Even if it feels like things aren't moving, things are moving. We're making a difference. We're really working together, even if it's hard, to do what we need to do, to let the world reset, to rebirth our humanity, and to see all the things that were already there, such as, brutality, such as poverty, such as war, such as hatred, such as politics, all of these issues that are coming up over and over again, we're always there. But because we were so distracted in our distracting society, we never saw it. And now we can celebrate that we are seeing it and we are being more conscious than ever. And it's beautiful. Yumi just said, yeah, no worries. I do feel like there is a bigger play at hand. Yeah, there definitely is. 100%. Like that could be a whole other video on its own. There's definitely that. And I want you guys to ask yourselves, as you just observe, obviously take care of your wellness. I'm all about taking time off social media. You guys know that. I do that every weekend. But take this time to just like observe and see what's the bigger picture. What is the universe trying to tell us out of all of this? Like, what are we supposed to do and act on? And how can we change that? Right? Like, and I'd love to hear your opinions on that. Like, what's the bigger picture out of all this going on? Like, what is the picture of what we can do and what we're meant to learn from it? And once we get that answer, it is going to be mind blowing. It's already there. We already have seen, like, through our own experiences, how we can get those answers within ourselves. Yemi just says, it's like, why is my mental health under attack so hard? Yeah. Let's shift and talk about that a little bit, because I know a lot of people, as I plug in my laptop, because this always happens right when I'm starting out, I always forget to plug in my laptop and it's like the percent is really, really low. So let me just plug this bad boy in. Sorry guys, one sec. Okay, awesome. Mental health. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this is something that a lot of people are having issues because we're in time of being at home. I've been asking you guys a lot, like, how are you feeling? How are things going with you? How, just in all honesty, how are you feeling right now? How are things? Like, are you feeling good? Are you feeling sad? Like, please use this space. This is a judgment-free space. This is a safe space. Please feel free to share, like, what's going on. Like, how are you feeling? How is it affecting you with the shifts energetically so far, like right now? Jade says, I hope that we get rid of government. I don't really think that's like a very, very strong opinion. I think that, at the end of the day, there's a reason why we have these systems. It's to control certain things. And we know that. That's not something that is new to us. What I do agree with, though, is for us to be more awakened through the system so we can work the way that we want to, right? Not the way that people want us to, the way that we want to. And that's where I stand with it, because at the end of the day, like, this is kind of, and sorry, I'm looking at my thing because I want to make sure it's plugged. One sec, guys. I want to make sure that my laptop is plugging. Okay, great. So going back to that, Jade, with like government, like I would say the better comment and the better statement to mention is probably saying that, government, we need to be more mindful of how much certain organizations control our society and take advantage of that control, right? But as a conscious being, and this is something why I created this YouTube channel, is because the more conscious you are, the more aware that we are of what's going on, the better that we have our own control of our emotions and what decisions we want to make within the system. And that's kind of where I'm getting at, because at the end of the day, because we have such strong opinions, we've seen it historically, the sense of the government allows us to make sure that it's not too chaotic, right? But there is a point where I do think that that is taken advantage of. And that's where we need to be more mindful. And that's why we have to understand, like, when are we being taken advantage of and when are we actually doing things for society as a whole? We have taking away my safe zone, used to take walks. Yeah, and that's the sad part. Like, I think the biggest thing out of this whole experience that people are going through is understanding that, simple things that such as like walking or going to the car wash or doing, I don't know, little things like that, like the smallest things that we do. For some of us, it is a scary thing when seeing someone of authority in that area, right? So I think that's one of the biggest educational experiences, is that if you've never had that experience, it's very hard to understand the pain of that. But I have had people messaging me saying, I get nervous, like I get scared. And I've had points like that too, not feeling like you did anything, but the fact that the media portrays it and creates this, informs us of what's going on a daily basis, how much we should be informed about it, but even more so, like, what is going on. Like, this is just like a woken appointment. And I think this is one of the biggest things if I really go into manifestation and everything. One of the things I mentioned in a video of 5G. So if you guys haven't seen the 5G video, it's really just talking about how we're upgrading and how walls from other dimensions are getting thinner. So in our current reality right now, there are things that are going on that we're getting more aware of. You know, like there are things about people that we've seen in the public that are now like being seen and seeing what they're doing and how they are chasing after the aspect of money as opposed to, you know, us as a society. There's so many other things going on, and we're just becoming awake of that. We're just becoming more aware of it. That's really what's going. I feel like I also flex on we, the people, we were all just, sorry, about unity against the virus. And now we're back to fighting on basis of races. Yeah. And it's kind of, that's the part that I think is really painful to watch. And that's why, like, from a spiritual perspective, you guys know that I'm all about ancestral healing, right? I talk about it quite a bit about how the experiences we have, bad and continuous experiences, or sometimes our karmic experience that not only we've experienced, but our ancestors that are no longer here have also experienced, and our soul has experienced. So the fact that historically this has happened, and there's like a, I guess, a magazine poster that they showed that, oh, awesome, Ryan, that they showed that it was like history in the 1950s compared to history 2020. And the fact that it's the exact same thing that we are reliving is like, it's time for us to understand. And it's almost like universe is telling us, hey, it's time to take a pause of everything. It's time to take a pause of all that's going on and just kind of just, you know, focus on how we need to focus on humanity. Ryan just asked a question saying, what are we talking about? For you guys who are joining in, we're just talking about specifically on what's going on with the tension and all of the issues that are happening with George Floyd and brutality. And not only that, but just like hate crime in general. And also the anxiety and emotions, and a lot of people feeling sad and angry at this time, which is quite common. So it's a big shift. Full moon's coming up. It's in a month and 2 weeks and a week and a half. And it's crazy how it's coming up so quickly. So I'm interested to see the shift. But yeah, for you guys who are joining in, we're just talking about like staying positive and what this whole lesson is teaching us. When we will get the medicine. Yeah, so I think that's super, super important just to consider. I don't know if you guys have any other questions or anything. Hey, Summer. But yeah, I just find it's just like super interesting to see this. And this is not a time to be discriminatory. I think this is really big. It's not a time to judge people, blame certain groups of races for either what's going on with the pandemic or also to discriminate through the policing as well. History repeats itself, just seems to be commercial. On Lady saying we are getting all through this because she did, but influenza wipes us out. Yeah, that's something to consider too. It's like, guys, this has happened in history multiple times. I as I mentioned before, yet we're still repeating it. So there's something that's still going on. There's still something historically that just means that not all of us are healing, right? So for us to shift completely what's going on, we need to look into ourselves and not fight fire with fire, which I feel like we keep doing it over and over and over again. So it's time to kind of take a step back and stop doing that and start educating ourselves and start informing people in a sense that we're not attacking them. And people will be more likely to listen. But I just think it's very exhausting. Like I actually had, and I wanted to share this with you guys because for you who don't know, I've been in the PR, marketing industry, fashion industry, nonprofit industry for over 7 years. So I've seen the business side of things. I've seen the content creative side of things. I've seen all aspects of it. And one thing I've learned is like, I've had a lot of minority influencers coming up to me saying, hey, like I've been having these issues and being very quiet about it. But now that this is going on, I feel like I should speak up. And that's what I'm saying. It's like we're so distracted on daily basis that this is the first time in a while that we are forced to speak up and to listen to ourselves and say, hey, like I'm just going to say what I mean and go towards what my higher authentic self would want me to do, which is to speak up. And I know other people are also experiencing it. So it had some really intense conversations with people about this. And this is why I'm saying the simplest thing that you can do is just ask people who are affected right now, just saying, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? What can I do? Like, or just, step up and talk about the opinion and support it. That's the importance of it. It's not about being quiet. It's about actually speaking about it. I saw a great message online. Jade just said for YouTube, it was channeled. It said that George Floyd case will help us to summit the old control systems, including government and police. Yeah, like there's, I think he's the start of it. I don't think it's like, that's it. It's going to change completely. We still have a long way to go. One thing I definitely feel is that there is going to be a lot of like people making big decisions against this based on it. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware. Again, I don't go on the news too much because I want to respect my energy. But one of the things that I mentioned was the school is actually looking into no longer getting support from that police department. So that's a great example of how, as a collective, us informing the public, informing our friends and family, and creating that ripple effect, that Igor of energy, of awareness, is really making a big impact in our whole world, right? Like I think this is one of the best things that we can ever be happy and excited for. I'm so excited that we're doing this. This is a big shift. This is a big celebration. Now we need to continue that energy so we can keep pushing that out. Because there is a lot of old traditions and old thoughts and practices that have caused us to repeat this history. So yeah, that's my answer for that. I really hope that kind of gives you guys some perspective, food for thought. I do think there's a long way to go before saying, yay, we're getting like, this is happening, this is happening. Does it stop it? It will prevent it for a certain extent, but keep in mind, this has been happening for years. Historically, it's been happening and history never lies, right? So our humanity has done it over and over again, but we still have so much educating to do. We have so much shifting to do, so much energy and healing to do as a society that it's going to take a little bit longer than that. But it's definitely a celebration for us to all kind of come together and discuss. Did you guys have any other questions just about like what's on or positivity? Because that's kind of, the theme of today's chat is like how to be positive, how to be more positive, have more positive energy. So if you guys have any questions on that, please let me know. I'd love to hear. You guys have been so like engaging. I love it. Instagram, you're killing it. YouTube, you guys have to go on your game with Instagram. And my tea is like pretty good. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about for that. Positive energy, really what it came down to is the reason why I wanted to talk about it was because of mental health. I don't know about you guys, but we have a question. So Jay just asked, did you ever experience any racism yourself? If you don't want to share, no problem. Yes, 100%. That's why I want to talk about it. Actually, I'm going to be talking about it on my YouTube pretty soon. I just felt like time will come when I feel it, and I feel like this is my time. In short, I've had multiple. Half my childhood was a bullied childhood based on my skin color, and it was just the way it was at that time. Was it right? No. And the only reason that it was actually brought to my family's attention is because I used to reenact what would happen on the playground with my family. So I would reenact it, and that's how my mom found out that I was getting bullied at school, and it's kind of sad. So anyways, I went to a school. My parents, our family, we were in the countryside. I'm in Canada. I'm born and raised from Canada. But my parents brought me to, a school, and they used to make fun of like my hair and my skin color. And I actually remember this specifically, but I dressed up as Barbie, and then we had to go through all the older kids' school classes, and they would give us candy, and it was kind of like trick or treat during the day for half the day in kindergarten. And I remember all the kids laughing at me saying like, you can't be Barbie, like you're not white, like all these little like chirps and laughing and stuff. And it was so painful. I had to release a lot of that when I was a like adult. I still am kind of like going through that journey together. And like, it is something. And I know I'm not the only one. I know other people of other, groups also have experiences like that of bullying, but it really does damage a lot of kids and people, especially at a young age, of like how you are, because you go into this world not knowing and learning everything, and also learning who you are as a person. And if someone puts that on you, it just makes a big difference. I've had, people say the N word and like stuff like that. And it's just, it is an issue. It is definitely an issue. And I think that's why I'm kind of speaking about it in a way that, no matter who the person is, you all can kind of understand and feel the pain of it. And that's not just me. It's happened to some of my friends who are Asian descent. It's happened to some of my friends who are, like Asian descent. What else? Aboriginal. I've seen it for a lot of people. So it's not just me. And I just want to just let you guys know that, yeah, I think that's like something that, again, I just feel that hopefully one person is inspired or feels like, oh my gosh, I've also gone through that. But let this time, I just want to tell people that during this time, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because, you might feel mental health things come up. You might feel that like other emotions and past experiences will come up, and that's okay. I really want you to allow yourself to feel it, to release it, so then history can't repeat itself. I know that like historically, I don't want, like, if I ever have kids, for them to feel this way at all. I want them to enjoy what they are and who they are. And I want them to be able to know what to say when those things come up, and how to educate people and not fight with fire, but with love. So that's kind of where it starts. It's like allowing yourself to feel it, feeling those pains. Like I've had friends who, just because of what's going on, they've been crying for just no reason. They just sat there and just started crying, and that's okay. Like that's completely okay. So I just want you to know that you don't really have to understand it to feel what people are going through in a way. Like you can still have the impact. And that's why I'm saying it's so interconnected, because even those who aren't physically impacted by what's going on in the world, they're still feeling sadder. Like I've noticed people's energy level much lower recently and feeling a little bit less sad and whatnot. So for your positive energy at this time, I really suggest just feeling, releasing, allowing yourself to release what needs to happen. A lot of people are angry in this time. A lot of people are feeling a lot sadder and whatnot. So I think that's so important. I don't know if you guys have any other questions. I hope that answered. Hey, Ash, how are you? Hey, everyone who just joined in. It's nice to see you guys. We're just talking about positivity, and a lot of people are asking questions on opinions of what's going on. So if you have any questions on like positive energy, or just sharing how you feel right now, please feel free to. We're going to be doing a reading in a bit. But yeah, I hope that really helps you. So Ryan's question is, how will you engage discipline in your kids? Your version of story seems to be a little bit ironical. So honestly, discipline, it's not discipline though. That's not what we're talking about. It's more of educating, right? So we're educating our families and those who don't even represent those groups either, on how we can love people more, right? It's not the sense of like ironicness, like that's not what we're talking about. And again, that's an example of where it's an opportunity for education, right? So I would really say that as a whole, every single one of us, orange, white, black, whatever color you are on the spectrum, we should be educating our families on how we can really support and how we can let people know that you and me are equal, and that's the way it is. That's just how it is. And even if we're not at that point, we need to start to educate ourselves on how we can get to that point. And with, when it's a kid is so moldable at such a young age, up to 12. So that's a point where you need to nurture and let them know that, allow them to learn about affirmations and manifestation at a young age. I'm definitely going to be ending up doing that with a lot of kids in our families, like allowing them to keep that imagination, keep that thought, and keep nurturing the aspect that they can do things, because that's what compresses and allows kids to not see that. So that's a perfect way of allowing yourself not to discipline, I would say, to educate and to help them know that they are their own power. So they don't feel in society that people ever have power within their hands and they're not their own person. Jade says, there's so much bullying I'm white, but white people also bully white people from other countries. When I was a child, I moved from England to Ireland, and children bullied me. Yeah, I've also heard this stuff as well. Like it's not, and that's what I mean. Like this is an issue, and this is where people tend to get into the space of gray, where you know I believe that there are groups that have had suppression. Like there is this, sorry, oppression, like literally oppression that some people will never ever know or understand, but they can appreciate. And for your example, Jade, with like the differences of different cultures, because I know a lot of other cultures who have that, like just same ethnicity, but have that kind of comparison and bullying. And that's what I mean. That's where we need to go back, help heal that in history, and just start talking about it. Like talking about it regardless of who you are in your culture, and just saying that, hey, we're all equal, and we need to start learning that now. Right? We need to start loving each and every single one of us now and accept that. Because if we're doing that, we're literally just going back into history. We're literally reliving history of the ideology and thoughts of segregation and all those things that were done past. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're knowledgeable, highly technological society that at this point, that is not an excuse. We should be able to have the access of Googling and knowing the right authentic information. So we just need to heal as a whole. So I think the bullying is like your experience with bullying, everyone else's experience of bullying. There's not one that's more than the other. But that's a great example of knowing that each and every single one of us have had an experience where it's not worth, comparing or putting the other person down, because that's coming from something we're taught that. It's not something that you're born with. We're always taught that. Without this one, will they be educated and disciplined? That's a very double on the question there, Ryan. So I'm not really understanding where you're coming from with that, with your first question. Bullying can make some communities regain their strength. That's why revolutions happen. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I feel like that's like where, yeah, I could definitely regain strength to a certain point, but then that pain continues. That pain continues. Like, it's just going to relive. That's what we've seen historically. It happens over and over again. It's happening now. It happened in 1950. It happened in the 1800s. It's happening over and over again. The only difference is we're in a different era, right? So we need to understand that when we're thinking about that, it regains strength to a certain extent, but we're not looking to regain strength to feed our ego, which is a whole other thing. The reason why people have hate and people have these negative emotions is called the ego. What the ego is the aspect of people chasing after certain things, of feeling gratified in society or in a group of people in order for them to feel empowered above others. And we've seen that historically that has happened, right? So when you're talking about regaining that strength and regaining that ego, that's not what we want to feed. That's definitely not what we want to feed. Okay, so we have some things on Instagram here. Thanks for sharing. Jay just said, no worries. Your bullying story helped me share mine. I'm so happy to hear that. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about like talking about our experiences in this space. So I think this is so important. Here is, how do I talk about my dad beating me as a child? Yeah, that's another thing too. That's interesting because, I've also had that experience, right? Do I see it negative as a child? I did. As a kid, yes. As now, I kind of feel like I've healed through it. That's a really interesting question as far as like, Luke, are you asking like you being beaten as a child and not healing from this, or your relationship with your dad? Like there's so much that can go into that. So I would really say kind of deep dive into that. So Jade just says, Luke, let it all out here. We have lots of love for you. Yeah, I feel like this is a safe space. I'm really happy people are mentioning this. Many of us have been to abusive parents too. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like it's sometimes, and that's why I'm saying like even at times where people are abused, because I'm someone who has gone through this experience. I am a survivor of abuse. And one thing I always tell people is like, those people are acting because either they saw it somewhere, or they have pain and they need to regain that power again, which is why I was talking about the comment where Ryan was mentioning on the aspect of, regaining power, yeah, for a certain point, but then that creates more pain within someone and yourself. You're holding that burden, which is even worse. Yeah, no, for sure, Ryan. I think Ryan was just saying like pain continues. Please understand that with pain, we have inner strength to encounter that pain. Yeah, we definitely do. That's true, but there's a certain point where that pain is so unbearable that we need help, right? And think of it right now, like let's just talk about mental health and positive as a sense of there are people right now who are at home more and they're in an abusive household. There are people right now who their only option to eat was going to school and being part of the food system support at school, and now they don't have food. So each person has their own battles. We're all experiencing emotions. That's part of the human experience, is us to experience emotions in this time. It's not to say that anything is like pain or abuse or racism. All those things are not good, but that's part of our journey. We're supposed to get better and better every time that we live within our soul, right? We're supposed to strengthen those experiences and strengthen our ability to understand how we're supposed to treat others. And that's where it comes down to. Hello. And then here it says a lot. So sorry, just because my mic is silver, so I have to scroll it a little bit. A lot of us have been through the same stuff in this generation: bullying, abusive parents. It's great talk about. Yeah, actually, I'm so happy you talked about this because if you guys go look up hey Scorpio, Therese, if you guys go look up Teal Swan, I love her work. She actually has a video that she posted on what's wrong with millennials. And it's actually everything. If anyone is a millennial, this will hit you home. Or if you aren't a millennial, it'll allow you to understand about millennials. But a lot of the experiences that we're all talking about right now, each and every single one of us have experienced the exact same thing, right? And because of that, that is why we're having these emotional mental health experiences of like depression, anxiety, and like not getting used to looking inwards for this, right? So I think that's so important. I think we need to understand that is an experience we're going through. Luke says, your dad was in pain and it was nothing to do with you. I hope you see this amazing as your spirit. Yeah. And that goes down to my other thing. At the end of the day, we are looking for healing, right? So Luke, just like really think about that. Like everyone who this resonates with, someone beating you, it's not right. It's definitely not right. I agree with Ryan saying about the children, what do you call it, child services and all that stuff. It's not right, period. That being said, though, you have to understand that like this is a point where we need to just heal ourselves, right? We need to take this time to heal ourselves. And we need to understand that when someone acts on something, we have to understand it's not them. It's not us, it's them. It's them and their pain. It's them and their experience. It's them putting that on us because that's their way of healing or blocking the healing process. And that's how they feel this short-term lasting of release when it's not actually going to be a long-term thing. It's still there, right? So great to see some of you guys, Pedro and Ash. Think of it as a brat not doing their homework. What should they do here? Even if you educate the kids with love, what should be done? Yeah, and that's where you come into a sticky situation where people are discussing up to now saying, should I beat my kids? Which I'm not going to go into this conversation today, but Ryan's just really saying, where does that lie? Where does that lie as far as discussing? And, everyone's different. Personally, with me, with a kid between the ages up to 12, everything that you say sticks with them, right? So if you say, no, you can't have ice cream, then the kid's going to say, no, they can't have ice cream. That's going to stick in their head. And when they're 16, wanting to fit in the nice, prom dress, or not prom, like school dance dress, they're going to go back to that memory of where their parents said they couldn't have ice cream because it's too much sugar. And when they learned the understanding of sugar, then they think about their weight, and that can cause an eating disorder. Do you see what I'm saying? That's a small example of how the word no and the connotation where it doesn't come off of explaining why can really help. So that's where discipline can go into. It's discipline in explaining why you can't have something, why you can't do certain things. That's where we're kind of coming from. The same way as to why you can't beat someone down and choke them to death because apparently they might be doing something, right? Those are all things we need to look at the why here, guys, regardless of where we stand. I think that's where we're going to really be able to grow together. So I'm really happy you guys are kind of like resonating with this. Let me know if your thoughts or any opinions you guys have, Instagram and YouTube. I think Ryan is just saying that stuff, but he isn't going to do anything about the topic. I'm Scorpio moon. I feel like my mind. Yeah, that's awesome. I love Scorpios. I think Scorpios are, well, I'm being biased. I'm a Scorpio. So I don't know what other signs. Let me know what signs you guys are. I'd love to know, like, if you can let me know what sign you are. But yeah, Scorpios tend to be quite internal though. So that has been a growth that I've been doing myself personally, is growing into that. But going back to the statement of positivity, I just think that we have so much that we can do to become more positive on a day-to-day basis. So I'm really happy that you guys resonate with that and resonate with that emotion, because we need to do it a little bit more. I think we really definitely have to do it a little bit more. It's just being more positive, being more optimistic, being more real, and knowing that there's so much going on in the world. There's so much pain. I actually posted this on my YouTube community. If you guys didn't see it, go check it out. It's London Real. I don't know if you guys know London Real. Love their YouTube stuff. They take like very sometimes very controversial people or controversial things, and you get to understand them. And one of the things that he does, not saying that you have to go do this in the middle of an island, but it's an ayahuasca. I don't know if you guys know what ayahuasca is. It's a plant medicine. So the owner of London Real and the speaker ends up going to do an ayahuasca experience. And one of them that actually resonated with me, and this is a great experience of like how you can learn from someone's experience and take that with you and heal through that. And there was one part where he was saying that he saw the pain that the world was going through. So for a whole session, he saw the pain that he was going through and whatnot. And it was just really crazy. So he showed visually just little clips of examples of like poverty and starvation and war and politics and racism and like inequality with LGBTQ plus, like all these things that were just coming through. And I was like, oh my God, like it was like an epiphany. And I just felt like, holy geez, like there's so much going on in the world. We're just seeing a small part of it. Yet, if we take more time to do the internal work, every single one of us will be able to see such a growth within each and every one of us. And that was kind of the positive experience that I felt that I wanted to share with you guys. So if you haven't went and seen it, it's about an hour long. It's a really good documentary style, but he just really talks about like as us awakening right now and doing the internal work, even if we're feeling uncomfortable, we're actually growing and expanding so much as a society, and it's crazy. So we have Tess just says, suggest any music for motivation. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones. You can go check out Beta Waves, are really awesome for studying. There's different ones that you can look up on YouTube as far as like meditation. I love going on Spotify and actually checking out like the 9 to 5 playlist is really good. I also like classical music is really great for productivity, which I love. I've done ayahuasca. That's awesome. May you peaceful. Let me know your experience, because that is definitely something that I am hoping to share with you guys in the future about an experience with that and just the benefits of it. If that's something that you're curious about and nervous about, I am pro medicine, plant medicine. I think it can really do a lot if you use it the right way and if you know what you're getting yourself into. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because that's really awesome. Okay, I'm reading. So Ash says, those aren't kind of questions we can answer here, Luke. I don't know what Luke's question was here, but stop abusing this power platform. Respect, love you guys. Yeah, I didn't really see what happened, but ASMR is amazing. I actually just found out ASMR and I love it. It is awesome. I love that you guys like ASMR. By the way, guys, this is a very respectful space. So people can ask whatever questions. There's no right or wrong questions here. So just be mindful of that. I really want people to be able to speak and be respectful for other people, just because we're all about love here, right? So just keep that in mind. Here just talks about, so I'm a Leo and son of Scorpio. No way. I'm the opposite of you. So I'm a Scorpio. Oh, actually, no, I'm the same as you. I'm a Scorpio and my moon is a Leo. So that's hilarious, Tess. Crazy. Afternoon in the new subber. Hello, Nikki. Welcome, new sub. If you guys are new subs, let me know on YouTube. You guys, if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe. It's on my story. You can go check that out after. I'm on it all the time. It's just fun. We do lives like this. I'm aliving right now. This is why I have the speaker here, the little mic. So you guys can go watch it if you want. And then what else do we have? What is the name on Spotify? So Spotify, if you look up like the work one, you can actually find it, which is awesome. The second thing you can also look up is classical music. The classical is amazing for that. Or beta waves. So if you go to wellness on Spotify and then you go to wellness and I think it's meditation, you'll see it. It's binaural waves, which is really good for working. The impact of positive things in work, your health, your life is being studied by people that are much smarter. One of these people are Barbara Streisand. Okay, so the other question we have is I've listened to SAMR. So it looks like we have some SAMR fans, which is awesome. And liked and sub. Thanks, May. I love that. I'm so happy that you liked and sub. I'm happy to have you be part of the community. You guys are amazing. I also have a Facebook group, support group. So if you guys are interested in that, go check that out. If you want to DM me, Instagram, if any of you guys are interested in a Facebook group for Manifestation Law of Attraction support group, just good vibes, helping each other out from all across the world. If you want to be part of that, let me know. I know a few of you guys are on here that are on it, but it's amazing. And yeah, like I said, I do videos every single day for you guys. So here, sorry guys, I'm a Gemini. Hello, Gemini. So last new moon was probably pretty big for you emotionally, Ash. Aquarius 2. Awesome. I love this. I can't ring Childline as my dad works for them. Yeah, and I think, Luke, that's the thing. You never need to interact with the person you're healing with. This is another question I want to share with you guys when it comes to abusive, like healing or just like a person that you have resentfulness with, that emotion. You don't need to meet the person to actually heal from this experience. That's never the case. You could actually heal from a distance and do that healing within yourself. So just know how you do that. I talk about this in my Law of Attraction detachment video, but it's detaching energetically from that person and releasing and surrendering. And the last specific word is forgiving. Being able to forgive yourself and that person, or at least getting to that point where you can forgive them and you can feel so at bliss when you do. So I think that's so important. In my opinion, people shouldn't use Facebook. Instagram is much better in terms of privacy. They're both connected to Tara, so they're bought, like they're the same company. But I know some of you guys said I don't have a Facebook account. So if you don't, you can always get that inspiration every day on YouTube, which I do. Hello, Jade. Thanks for the love. Jade and Pedro both are Aquarius. I can't feel the energy between you. That's funny. Okay, that's awesome. Hello, everyone who just joined in. We're just talking about positivity and Q&A questions on positive energy, which is awesome. I'm loving these. These are really fun. What's another thing that I wanted? Any other questions on positive energy? How to be more positive? Any Q&As in general? I love your questions. You guys are like at it. I feel like Saturdays, everyone's online. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm loving it. I really do enjoy that. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys for doing this. For some reason, I was frozen there on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. But I was just saying thank you so much for each and every single one of you guys who are joining in. Hello. Thank you means a lot, guys. Yeah, no worries. Again, like this is a safe space. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Okay, so that being said, we're coming to an end of it. Instagram has a limit of how long I could be on YouTube. YouTube, you guys don't have to worry about this, but on Instagram, there's a limit that I can do. So I'm going to do card readings next. So come join back here. It's Shika_Chica. I'll restart the live so we don't get interrupted while I do the readings. Readings are going to be about first come, first serve. How it works for the readings is you say me. I'm using my new deck now, which is awesome. So if you want to do angel cards, guys, or you want to do these cards, which are my chakra cards, you get to choose. And it's just a general reading for your intention. You think of your intention, you say me, and then I will do it by order. So Instagram will start with you guys again. Just come back here. It's Shika_Chica is my Instagram handle, and I'll restart the live. And then YouTube, you guys can stay tight. If any of you guys want a reading, you can let me know. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit, Instagram. And let's start off with, okay. And YouTube, if you guys want a reading, say me and I'll do a reading for you guys. Just tell me which card you guys want. Can't believe it's almost like it's Eastern time right here. So time's going by really quick. It's 5 minutes to 2. I'd love a reading. Awesome. So just let me know which card deck you would like, as well as readings are coming in. Awesome. So just let me know, guys, what deck you would like me to do. And also, what deck you would like me to do. Okay, card readings, everyone. For those who are signing in, I'm just doing card readings. So if you want one, just to reiterate, for me to actually count you as next person in, you have to say me, what cards you want. So we have both, or we have chakra or angel cards. You want to say either or, chakras or angel cards. Hold your intention when I pull the cards in, and then I'll do a card reading. So I believe in order we have, may you be peaceful and at ease. You're in first. After that is going to be Nikki. And then after Nikki is going to be Therese. Therese, you have to be specific as to what cards you want. Angel cards for Nikki. Okay, awesome. May you be peaceful. You have to let me know which one it is, like what card. So we're going to actually start off with Nikki first, and then we'll go with you after, because I didn't know which one it is. Haley, you're after. So we have Nikki. We have Nikki, Therese, Haley. Oh, you guys are like going for it. Okay. Akras, we have Jade. Okay, awesome. Just let me know, guys, on Instagram, angel cards, chakra cards, or both. Be specific. Therese, you're going to be third. So I'm just looking at making a list of which ones. Okay, so let's do Nikki first. Okay. Oh, maybe actually even better. So we actually have a list here. So we have Nikki, because I can't believe it's getting to the point that I have to actually write it. We have Nikki, Therese, and then we have Mayu, and then we have Hallie, and then we have Jade, and after Jade we have Orga Basca. Okay, awesome, cool. We're good to go. I just want to make sure everyone's remembered for, hey, Eva. Okay, so let's start off with Nikki. So Nikki, just think of your question or what intention you have. Okay, Nikki, so we have 3 cards for you. So our first card we have is the Channeling and Uplifting Humanity. We have the Great Gathering, and we have as well Dance with Light. So it says that everything's coming together. This is what the Great Gathering means for you guys, so you can see it. So things are coming all together. Your soul tribe, your support system, even though in the midst of everything that's going on, everything is just fully forming. And in doing that, the reason why it's forming all together is because, really focusing on how as a collective, working as a team, with yourself, with your guides, with your support system, channeling how to uplift yourself and your energy, how to uplift humanity, how to uplift yourself and just like the energy that's going on within you. How you can do that is just making sure that you change your energy. I do feel like you're just staying in the same space. You're staying in the same kind of energy realm. And simple things of doing that is like dancing, going outside for a walk. I just feel like your energy is very stagnant. And even though that you're very intuitive and you're really working on like doing the collective and working on projects as a collective way, I'm not sure what, but just working as a group is really what I'm thinking of. And this could be within like a project you're doing or just working as a group on like just supporting one another and certain people during this time that you always communicate with. But just remember that in order for you to uplift yourself as well as the people around you, you need to make sure that you change your energy because your vibration's a little bit low right now, and as is a lot of people. So that's just something that you need to keep in mind. So great reading. It's very straightforward. Sometimes I just get straightforward readings for most people. So Nikki, let me know if that resonates with you. I'm sending you love and light and feel free to stay so you can get a reading. Sometimes if you have another question, you'll get a confirmation reading. So I don't forget me, Shika. Rest is from Turkey. Hi. Yeah, I have you on the list. You're good. Okay, so next we have Therese at on YouTube. So if you're still there, say me, and then just think of your question. I believe you said that you would like the angel cards, which I think are a good choice for you. No worries, Nikki. Okay, the last one I pulled out for you, Therese, is very strong. Okay, so we have what is your soul calling you to do, the awakening and the guidance and guided. So I feel like there's a big change happening with you or going to happen. So learning how to integrate your new energy and the new things that are coming your way. What is your soul asking you to do? So here it's just saying like, what is your soul asking you for you to do in this sense? Could you pull me some cards of future wife? So if that's your intention of your question, as far as what you asked your guides, is just saying that right now you're changing as far as like what your values are and what you want for someone who's going to be your soul partner. And in doing that, you need to ask your higher self, like what is important in your past people that you have seen as a possible person to stay in as a relationship, a possible lover. What have you learned that works well with your soul? What have you learned has worked well with you? So kind of just like reflecting and meditating on what the perfect person would look like for you. And I mean internally, and how they would complement your higher self and your experiences, as well as where you want to go with your light. Knowing that you're always divinely guided as well. So they're always guiding you. A source is always guiding where you need to be, but you need to have more belief in the guidance that you're getting. So I really think that integrating the new version of you as you expanded in the past, few months, and making sure that you show that part of yourself with the person that is going to come into your life that would be a possible wife. So I hope that aligned with you. I think that's very important, but I do feel like there's a transition in like where you are, and who you are, and you need to show that in someone in order for them to see you as a partner as well. So I hope that aligned with you. Okay, next we have May You Be Peaceful and Ease. Let me know if you're still there. If you are, say me, and then just think of your intention. Instagram, who's still here? Because I see some of you guys who left, so I want to make sure that the names that I have on the list are still here. Hey, Mooks Lab. Everybody who just joined in, we're just doing card readings. So if you want one, you can either say angel cards, chakra cards, or both, and I'll do a reading for you and add you to the list. Awesome, Hailey. So you're actually after this reading. Jade, you're after, and then we have Roshka, which is next. Okay, awesome. Okay. Okay. Okay, very strong energy with you. May your peace be at ease. Okay, so you have play and your guidance. So you have the Great Gathering. So it is all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. You have play, have fun, and celebrate. Don't take yourself too seriously. And your guidance is divinely guided. So I feel like your question has something to do with just on your right path within yourself and who your soul purpose is. And I feel like you're taking it too seriously and not giving yourself credit with the growth that you've done so far in your life. So this is really just telling you like what growth have you done and celebrating it and just being kind to yourself. My higher vibration word that I like to say is self-care. So giving yourself a little bit more self-love and self-care of like what you're doing and not just having more fun in life. I just feel like you're being so hard on yourself based on the feelings of other people's energy that you've been taking on. So just understanding how can I intuitively work within myself and my own energy with my higher self while not taking it too seriously and understanding that I am growing, even if it feels like things are not moving the way that it's supposed to be and it feels stagnant. The other one is your guidance is divinely guided. So just knowing that you are always guided with whatever is going on in your life, even when you feel like you're alone. And whenever you feel like you're kind of indecisions where you don't know what to do, the best way is to tap into your guides. And your guides are quite strong because when I pulled this card, I like felt a lot within my heart with you. So I definitely say like just loving your guides and letting them know that, you know, you do have support, deepening this relationship with them, especially in this time. And in doing that, they will even tell you themselves that they're really proud of the growth that you've done. So yeah, I think that's such a beautiful, beautiful reading. I just think sometimes when people are working on themselves, we forget the work that we've done and, you know, all the things that we've been working on. And I think that's so important. So, and the other card that you got is Enlightenment. So this is a beautiful card. This is your chakra card for your solar plexus. I know you said both. So understanding that you are kind of going through enlightenment through this growth that's happening. And in doing so, you're just so focused on kind of I don't want to say like the goal, but the intention of where you're working towards for your higher self, that you're forgetting that the enlightenment and the awakening is already happening. It's happening much faster than you think. So it's time for you to just celebrate so you can help increase your vibration for this newer version of yourself and this higher cellular version of yourself. So I hope that aligns with you. I think that's so beautiful. I think this is a beautiful thing. The enlightenment really works on your self-growth and your within your own inner body and self. So I think that's amazing. Okay, so next we have is Hallie. Let me know if that aligns with you. I think this is a really beautiful card. May be peaceful. I'm going to be doing a collective reading at the end for everyone. It's just a heads up. Okie dokie. So Hallie, if you're still there, just think about your intention and I'll pull a card for you. Let me see, Hallie. I think you're still there. You should be still there. So I'll pull your cards, Hallie, if you're still there on Instagram. If not, then next is Jade, and after Jade is Roshba. So yeah, okay, awesome. So okay, Hallie, so no, it's completely fine. Don't worry. I just want to make sure that you're there so energetically I can pull it through. Ooh, this is a beautiful card reading. So your confirmation card is yes. Yes, you should act on it. Yes, you should do it. Just say yes to your intention of what you're asking. Helpers of realms. So understanding that your guides are actually helping you a lot. I just feel like they're just giving you so many answers. You're seeing like probably a lot of angel numbers that have been happening, like some crazy blessings that have been happening recently, abundantly through. I think a lot of people are going through a hard time, but I feel like for you, you've been just getting so many great opportunities during this time. And it's like your time to grow and flourish and let that flower unfold, which brings me to you're already doing it. So you're doing all the things that you need to do. And it brings back to the confirmation of just saying, yes, keep doing. I'm really excited for you as I read this card reading. You're going the right direction. Everything is just where it's supposed to be. So you're on the right path. Just keep working hard at it, and remember that to connect with your guides because they're wanting you to ask for help. So whenever you feel that unsure with what your decisions are, just understanding that there are different realms and different supports that doesn't meet the eye. And you can always ask them for confirmation when needed. And you might even notice that after this reading, you might even get some confirmation saying that you're already doing it. But just know that it is a yes. So that's awesome. Let me know if that resonates with you. Very straightforward readings today, which I'm loving. Jade, you're next. And may you be peaceful. No worries. I'm so happy to help you. I really hope that like aligns with you. It was such a beautiful reading. I'll be doing a collective reading for everyone at the end. So I love doing these ones. Jade, you're next. So just say me. Yes, that was perfect. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Yeah, it was such a great, beautiful reading. Can I also get a reading? Yeah. So Mock, just let me know what cards you would like. And then I will pull them for you. Do you want the angel cards or these chakra cards? So you guys have to let me know for me to pull it out. Exactly what I needed and I felt, but I have confirmation. Yeah. Sometimes you just need confirmation. And even like when we do see signs, we just need a confirmation. You know what I mean? So I feel like I was really excited doing your reading because it was like, yes, just do it. It's meant to happen. Just do it. So I love it. So Jade, you're next. Just think of your intention and then I will pull a card for you. Jade, I think you said angel cards, right? Or both? Just want to confirm. Okay, so we have the Age of the Light. You've been training for this for a lifetime. Take a break and you're guided. A lot of guidance today, a lot of guided cards. So the first thing is the Age of Light. So you've been training for this for a lifetime of what you're meant to do. Take a break. Stop being hard on yourself. I feel like you're exhausted with everything right now in life, and it's time for you to just detach yourself. So even if that means like not being on social media for like a weekend, sometimes you need to do that. But you just need to take a break. I feel like you're just constantly doing the same routine, the same thing over and over again. It's time to kind of detach yourself from that and take a break. Give yourself some kindness, give yourself some love. Second thing is you're divinely guided. So knowing that whatever you're meant to do, you've been training for this for a lifetime, your intuition, your inner self already knows you're supposed to do this. So stop second guessing it because, we know that you're supposed to do it. You know, you're supposed to do it. It's happening. Like it's already happening. But in order for you not to hit burnout where you start to lose confidence in your own inner self, you need to get off the treadmill. You need to just do what you need to do. And even if right now you're thinking, hey, I'm not even that tired, sometimes we need to not wait until we're getting to the point of continuous burnout. I also feel like emotionally, the exhaustion, it doesn't necessarily just mean like a break. It could just be emotionally you feel exhausted. So just being more kind to your body when these emotions and things come up, when you're least expecting it, and just going to source whenever you feel like you aren't guided or feeling a little bit lost. But just know that whatever your journey is, even in times of doubt, that you are meant to do it. Your soul has been doing it for ages. You've been doing it for ages. Just keep doing the work, but celebrate yourself a little bit more, and take a break. Take a break of giving the emotion for others, and take a break to give more emotion to yourself. So I hope that aligned with you. I think that's such a beautiful reading for you, Jada. I think it really aligns energetically. So let me know what comes through when you hear that. So Abba, you are next. Yeah. Osak, you're next. So I'm going to do your reading next. If you're there, say me. Awesome. So just think of your intention of what you want to ask. Oh, Source is super forward today. Just wants people to get their answers out. I'm like pulling cards super easily. That makes a lot of sense. I am exhausted. I'm going to take a break. Yeah, I just feel like you're not physically, specifically emotionally exhausted. And that's just going to drain into your body self as well. So that's just like a little tip for you. Ooh, you have a very powerful reading. Okay. So, okay, first thing is you're already doing it. So stop overthinking. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And empaths, so get grounded. I feel like you're probably disconnected with nature. So just knowing that right now you're already doing what you're meant to do, like in all aspects of your career. I feel like you've accomplished everything that you wanted to up to this point of your life. And right now you're feeling a little bit lost. So it's just asking you at this point, since you've done, all the school, all the work, all of the things that people wanted you to accomplish, all the degrees, all of that stuff. The next thing is just looking into that. So it's, answering your deepest calling. So now that you have the experience, it's now time to put the energy where you're meant to go. And this is anywhere from your career. This could be just physically within, where you are meant to do within your friends and family group. And here's just saying that you will get the answers if you just connect with yourself and give yourself a break. So here's just saying, get grounded, just get connected with nature. It will give you the answers you need to know as far as what your deeper self is. Nature has so much knowledge that we don't give it credit for. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, like, in nature, all of our answers are in things. We see that a lot. If we disconnect from social media, if we go camping, if we go do these things, we find out a lot of things within ourselves and we just feel so refreshed. And there's a reason why that happens. It's because nature is literally giving us the answers that we need to hear. So I just think that the main thing is just saying that, like, you've done all the accomplishments, everyone's proud of you, your family's proud of you. Now it's time to look at you and see, okay, what accomplishments do I want to do? Not what my family wants, not what my friends want, not with all that. I think you're really expanding on yourself, being by yourself during this time. So just telling you, like, what do you need to do? Not anyone else. Ask yourself that, and you will get that answer if you go in deep in nature. So even if that just means like going for a socially distant walk in nature and just being with yourself, doing those things, or even just going to a park and sitting on the ground and feeling grounded and just like sitting and listening to the birds chirping and reflecting on what, like, ask yourself, have I answered my deepest calling, and what is my deepest calling? And you might even get answers along the way. So I hope that aligned with you. I think that was a very direct answer. Mock, if you're there, say me. I'll do a reading for you. YouTube, if I haven't done a reading for you guys, just say me and let me know what card you guys want. If you want angel cards, if you want healing cards, or if you want, angel cards, chakra cards, or both. So I know. Thank you so much. The mic. Thank you so much. Really so much meaningfulness. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, Mock. So just think of your intention and I'll pull a card for you. Oh, lots of very direct readings. I will pull this after. I always like to pull these after reading your reading. Take a break. Transformation, light. This is an order of your reading, which is awesome. I love when they're in order because it just really tells me that you are focusing on your intention, which is great. So the first thing that I have here is take a break. So same thing, just get off the treadmill. It's time to stop going and going. It's time to take a break, take a breather, because things are transforming on a cellular level. Since you've been focusing on yourself internally, there's a lot of deep healing that's happening. You've been very emotional recently. That is fine because there's deeper things coming out. And in doing this, you're finding out your true purpose. Calling has been something that feels so real, feels so familiar, yet you haven't done it in this lifetime. It's because you've been training for this for a lifetime. So your soul has done your calling that you're doing in this lifetime. Your soul has done this before. And through this cellular deep changing that you're doing right now, it's going to allow you to transform and become like a higher level of yourself, like a 2.0 version of yourself. But in order for you to get to that point and allow yourself to physically and emotionally rest, you need to take a break. You need to just absorb all those downloads you've been getting, all those dreams you've been getting, all those angel numbers you've been getting, all those signs that you've been getting. Take a break. It's time to take a break a bit. And I know when I keep saying take a break for a lot of people, I know it's hard to answer that because you're like, I feel like I've been taking a break for 2 months with this whole thing of staying at home. But no, we've been taking a break from socializing, but we haven't taken a break from our minds of just taking a rest and looking inwards and being okay with that. Being okay and saying, it's okay to be taking a break right now. It's okay to be pausing life for me right now. Like being okay with that and actually doing it is a completely different thing. Hey, Safi. Completely different things. So I just want you guys to know that, because sometimes people don't understand that cellular transformation is exhausting. It is a point where sometimes we find out that our true self has not even been done through this lifetime yet. We have been pretending to be someone that we are not anymore, that we aren't anymore. We've have no bearing to even bear to be in this kind of mindset or mentality anymore, right? And then there's this other part where you find out that a lot of the things that you thought were important in your life, because people are being stripped from all of those pleasures and like money and like way people see you in public and all those things, those are completely being stripped of, which is causing you to transform on a cellular level. And I think that's so amazing. Hey, Lindsay, I think that's so amazing. So I think this is a beautiful, deep, strong reading that I pulled out for you. As far as your chakras, let's see what your angels say for your chakras as far as for Mock. So, and for you guys who haven't gotten a reading, I'm taking one more round of readings. So if you said me, just do your reading. Also, if you guys want a full moon reading that's happening in the next week and a half, DM me on Instagram, message me. I'm only taking about 10 people that I'll do a private reading with. And I'm only offering that service to 10 people. So if you are interested in a thorough one, let me know. Okay. Oops. I will answer that question, Reddish. I've seen that you asked a question. I'll share it in a second. Take a break from readings for a bit. Okay, so let's see, Mock. Okay, so Mock, you got gratitude. I think this is a beautiful card for you for the day. This comes within our space of our third eye. Our third eye is a representation of where we hold our traumas, our experiences, our all aspects of ourselves, our child self, our adult self, our teen self, our older self. And sometimes we need to be grateful for the transformation that we're doing and the experiences, even when it's so hard for us to do, for us to see the beauty and where we need to go next. So gratitude's really coming in for you. Be grateful, be thankful for the family you have, the friends you have, the little things, in order for you to fall in love with this new version of yourself and this upgraded version of yourself. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, Mock. I think that's very aligned and specific. Let me know what comes through for you. Anyone else want a reading? If not, we're going to do the end of the end of reading, which is going to be at the end. I'm looking at Jade because I don't think I responded to you. Yes, I'm physically exhausted, emotionally exhausted is true. Yeah, I feel like that's something I definitely felt when I did your reading. May I have a reading with the chakra deck? Yes, you can definitely have it. So we have Safi and Brianna is next. If anyone else wants a reading, say me. Lindsay, just let me know what deck you want, or if you want both, so angel cards or you want chakra cards. So we have Safi, we have Brianna, and we have Lindsay. Awesome, Mock. I'm really happy that that aligned with you. Okay, Safi, you're next. So you want card deck reading with that. Okay. Maya Marie, you just have to let me know what card decks. I think this is our first time doing a reading together. So either these are angel cards, these are our chakra cards. If you want one or the other, whichever your intuition tells you, or both, and just let me know so I can put you on for the next people or the next person in the list. Okay. So, oops, let's do Safi. Okay. Safi. Okay, so we have the trickery, the release, and the destiny. This is and I love this. So the first one is your heart chakra. Feel this in your heart space, Safi. So this is really talking about trickery. So like, where is that coming from within? And I love this word because sometimes we're tricking ourselves with what we truly want in our life. And sometimes, things might seem amazing with what we wanted to do as far as like our career or the relationship we wanted, for gratifications of like what our ego self wanted. But then we go deeper internally and we find out that our light self and our higher self actually wanted something completely different. So I feel like through your heart is understanding and re-loving this new version of yourself that I feel like wasn't the self that you were chasing after. And I think this is so important. So sometimes we see things from first point of view and think, everything's great. But then when we look deeper, there's another kind of sense and feeling that we get. So I feel like you're finding a lot of answers to your reality right now that it's been quite confusing into like where you are. So trickery, and I love this card. It's just saying like, there's the dragon and the squirrel. And, the trickery of like, this kind of represents like what you think was true and what you thought everything was as far as you and how you see yourself in relationships and with people that you love and care about. And, understanding the true reality. And it's almost like taking off the veil and actually seeing everyone for who they are. So in doing that, you need to understand how to release. And this is a neutral card. So releasing what doesn't serve you anymore. Releasing, all of the bad, or I don't want to say bad beliefs, but the beliefs that you had before. You said that, yeah, I was looking at my vision board from 7 months ago and I don't want to be there anymore. Yeah. So that's exactly what I mean. It's like what you were chasing after and now it doesn't align because you're like, wait a minute, this is not what I really wanted, which is like so on point with the reading. So here's just saying to release those old beliefs so that energy doesn't go into the new board that you're going to create for yourself. In doing that, you're going to find your destiny. You're going to find your soul purpose. You're going to find what you're meant to do. And I know this right now, you're just kind of figuring out and feeling a little bit lost. But that's part of the expansion process. So you just have to make sure that you're releasing, you're owning and honoring those feelings and allowing yourself to start from scratch, not be afraid of that, and allowing yourself to follow what your destiny is. And I love the destiny story. I'm actually going to read this one out for you because all of the chakras have stories. I don't share them with you guys, but this one, I feel like my intuition tells me that I should read this one for you just because it's such a beautiful story that really aligns with what I mean with everything. Okay, so it says, black and white are in heaven, waiting to go back to earth yet again to complete their work. When they meet and fall in love, they learn that they will not be together on earth. And in the previous lives of love and all and fail, the appeal of the council of great spirits, which is funny, I got that card a lot today. So that card might have been talking to you, who turned down the request to be together. But the great servant appears and grants their wish. Together, they accomplish greater things, and then they could have done everything done. Take a risk. Dare to have your life the way you decide. And are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire? So again, this just reconfirms everything I just mentioned. So it's just saying that releasing, because in releasing, you're going to have more room to manifest what you truly want on that vision board. But until you release those, the universe will not give it to you. So I hope that reading really aligns with you. I think that was very, very specific and very real. Brianna, if you're still there, say me. And then if you can just think of your card reading of what you want to ask, that'd be amazing. Maya, you said angel cards. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to do that for you. You're after Lindsay. Angels. Awesome. So you said angel cards. So I'll put these bad boys down. Brianna Rose. Okay. And I have time for one extra person, and then we're going to do the collective reading. So got 2 cards, Brianna. Okay, so Brianna, this is our first reading together. So thinking of your intention, this is your reading based on your intention of what you're thinking. So you have the warrior, take a break chains. This is beautiful. So have you answered your deepest calling? A life's work is not a season, so get off the treadmill. And ancestral past patterns, healing and rewriting your future. So I feel like recently there's been a lot of things that have been happening, and you've kind of been reflecting on like past events that have happened that I think Source, my guides, and your guides want you to know that this is not the first time. You're not the first person who has experienced those deeper pains in your lifetime. This could be through earlier times years ago. Those are ancestral patterns. And in order for you to release yourself from that pain and other people, as well as past people that are in your ancestral line that have passed away, to release them from their pain, even though they're not in this lifetime right now, they might be in a different soul journey. And also to release other people, which is why I say everyone, we're so interconnected. You need to, therefore, do that work and do that inner work so you can release that. For you to find those answers of what exactly that is and what part of your journey that has already happened that keeps on repeating, that is meant for you to learn, you need to take a break. So that is inner reflection. It's going inwards and just reflecting on what is my ancestral pattern? What is my higher self trying to tell me? Sometimes when we're in the journey and taking the time to just have the quietness in the storm, we find out a new kind of aspect of what is meant to do, like what's meant to happen and what is our karmic journey. In doing that, you will end up having a decision of two choices of what your soul purpose is. And it is your choice to do that. I feel like the two choices will arise and you'll know right off the bat what that is for you. But in releasing this, it's going to give you a whole veil of this new journey that you need to do. And this could be in your career as well. But just a new journey of what you need to focus on that has come from your ancestral experience and ancestral lesson for the soul purpose. So I hope that aligned with you. I think that was such a beautiful reading. Let me know what comes up for you intuitively as well. Brianna, I think that's a beautiful reading. Hi, Peaceful Mountain. It's so nice to see you. It's great to see other like amazing conscious souls. Do you do readings for the collective or are you taking questions? So I do a reading for people. I'm coming to the end of it though, just because we have the list and then we have a collective question or a collective reading. But I do readings almost I want to say every second day or every day I'll do a reading whenever I feel called to and I feel like the collective needs it. So yeah, I do the readings. I also do videos every single day for you guys. So on manifestation, spirituality, entrepreneurism, and social media. So for you guys who are new here, hello. But that's what I do. I love it. I feel like it's like my purpose is really to make sure that people can be more conscious in the space and really feel confident in where they need to be in their life, right? And sometimes we go through these journeys and humans are meant to feel emotions, regardless of each and every single one of our different stories and traumas, we're meant to feel emotions. So I really bring people that kind of confirmation within themselves through readings, which I love. So I'm happy to publicly now do it. I used to do it like privately with myself for years. And then now I'm giving it to others because I feel like as a collective, it's my time to do that as a light worker. Okay, I have subscribed. So hopefully put the notification bell so you know exactly when videos come out. And I'll also be doing readings here. So even if you stay, you might even ask yourself an intention or question. Your intuition might say that reading is also resonating with me. So that happens with people. Lindsay, are you still there on Instagram? If you are, I'm going to do your reading next. And you said angel cards. So I'm just getting your angel cards ready for you. And thanks for supporting Peaceful Mountain. It's so nice to see you guys. I love these times. It's like my favorite time of the day, honestly. I love it. It's so awesome. And for you guys on Instagram, you'll be able to go back to your reading after this. So if you feel like you weren't able to fully get your reading in, you can go back. How often can you have a reading? It's whenever. I do card readings for myself every day, whenever I feel like I have a decision or something. So it's however you want to do it. I do offer private readings. I only do a limited amount just energetically. I don't want to do too many people at a time. So if you're interested in that, you can go on my Instagram and message me. But yeah, it's whenever you feel. I feel like when you have the intuition of wanting a reading, and I always tell people that you're on this video for a reason, because a lot of the times when people are on my video, they're like, oh, I just happened to come on here. Source or universe must have asked you something that you were subconsciously asking yourself internally, right? So it's just an opportunity for you to ask that question and get that answer that you need. So yeah, Lindsay, if you're still there, let me know. If not, that means Maya is next. And if Maya is still there on Instagram, say me, and then I will do a reading for you. And then if not, Peaceful Mountain, I can do a reading if you'd like. If you're still there, I can pull a card reading because I have time to do that. No worries, Juliet. So nice to have you guys there. Okay, so Maya, I'll do yours next because Lindsay's not here. Oh, yeah, no, she's here. Okay, so Lindsay, just think of your intention and then we'll do Maya after. Okay, Lindsay, so I did your card readings. So we have the answering soul purpose, Don't Dim Your Light, and Lumeria. I love Lumeria. If you guys know the story of Lumeria, you should definitely search it up. It's a beautiful story. If you know like the story of Atlantis, the lost city, it's kind of along those lines. So here is just talking about with Lindsay, your reading is, so answering your soul calling. What is your soul trying to tell you from this answer and this intention? So your intuition. Creating the heaven of earth, and it's happening. So knowing that whatever your question is, the shifts in your life and the universe is already shifting things for it to work the way it needs to, with you not even knowing it. Don't dim your light to fit in. So just understanding what in your life right now are you dimming mentally. So like what is the thing that you're dimming energetically? Is there someone or something that's dimming you? I feel like a lot of the things that are happening subconsciously right now in the world is really affecting you. And this is causing you to question what is your soul calling you to do and what you're meant to do. So this is just asking you, okay, how can I just redefine that? How can I question that a little bit more? So it's asking you, okay, how can I answer my calling? In doing that, you will understand that you will get to a point where you are so bliss and so happy because you've removed the thing that's exhausting you emotionally and mentally. And that's so needed at this time. So just knowing that, creating heaven on earth or source on earth or whatever you believe in, it's happening. It's shifting. It's really happening. You're kind of growing in ways that you can't imagine. I do feel like these readings and stuff is something new to you. You're doing more and more of it. And in doing that, you're starting to notice that some things are not lining up. And I always tell people when we tap into this world, what happens is we find out that there are some things in our life that are so unbearable that we can't have that person or that thing or do that job or whatever it is that we have been just like acting like everything is right. But now that we notice how much it's dim our light because we've took the time away from it, we're like, I can't go back. There's no way I can come back. So it's just understanding that things are shifting for you to make those decisions and it's coming up soon. So it might be already happening. So I hope that reading really aligns with you, Lindsay. I think that was a beautiful, straightforward one. Maya, you're next. So think about your question. Also, let me know, guys, what in your reading comes up. Like if I do your reading for you, just like say, hey, Shika, like, oh, this happened. Like, oh my gosh, like, let me know. Cause that just lets me know like mentally where that reading is. And it could also give me something else that source can like confirm for you. Okay. So Maya, your card just flipped out. No worries. Ooh, your other card just flipped out. So if you're still there, Maya, say me. No worries. I'm super happy to help out. YouTube, how are you guys holding up? You guys are quiet on this end. Instagram is like chatting away. How are you guys feeling today? How are you feeling? Okay, Maya, awesome. So just think of your intention, your question. I feel like Source has already given you your reading because I already pulled 2 cards for you. Make that 3. So we have initiation, we have Minitekan, and we also have leap. So leap was the first one. You go first, the universe will catch you. And I actually did a reading, a whole video on this intention. So if you want to go check it out on my YouTube channel, I think this will resonate with you on taking the leap in life. So it's just asking you how to take the leap in your life and knowing that right now, I feel like you do have light worker tendencies in you. So you're a very nurturing person. Keep in mind, guys, light workers aren't only in the healing space. It could be teachers. It could be people of service. So I feel like your position at work or whatever you do, or whatever your purpose is right now is really just giving to people. And because you've had this time to be at home, I feel like you're kind of feeling lost. Like you're not nurturing that side of you where you're supposed to give to others. And in doing that, it's causing you to get to a rite of passage threshold. So understanding that there's going to be a plan A and plan B, a point A and point B, where you're going to have to decide where you want to go. And you might have to shift the position that you're currently doing. So I feel like right now you're in one space of your career and it's going to shift. You might be doing the same thing, you might not be, but what it's telling you is you're going to have a choice. You're going to have the options. So I want you to kind of deeper go into what is your gut telling you to take the leap on in your life right now. And don't ignore that feeling because, again, those subconscious thoughts and the gut is connected to the brain and that internal space. So when we think about that, if we don't listen to it, eventually they will pull things out for it to make it work. They will pull things out of our life so then we have no other choice but to go back onto the path that we're supposed to do. So right here is just saying, like, take the leap, do it, follow your intuition. Intuition's in your gut, it's in your stomach. So whenever you have that tingling feeling or that weird kind of sensation in your stomach, it's telling you something. So listen to it. And in doing that, you'll feel much more longing into your full purpose of giving to other people. So I hope that aligned with you, Maya. I think that's a beautiful reading. Sending you light and love. Let me know what comes through for you. Guys, I think this brings us to the reading right there really hits home. That's awesome, Juliet. I'm really happy that it did. Yes, thank you. That's awesome. Okay, guys, so we're going to do a collective together. So YouTube and Instagram, we're going to do a reading for the day for all of us to learn what the source have to tell us. What do you guys want to choose? Actually, let's do this time. I've never done this. So you guys can choose angel cards or you can choose chakra cards. So just say chakra or angels, and I'll just do a what's it called? A vote. Which ones do you guys want? Let me know. Comment chakra or angel. Chakra or angel cards. Oops. I don't think did I? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay. We're good. We are good. So chakras or angel cards, guys. Don't be shy. If not, I'll have to choose myself. Chakra. Okay. So you have one choice for chakra. Chakra. Okay, it seems like we're doing chakra then. Chakra, angel cards, chakra, angel cards. Okay, we're going to do chakra cards. I felt chakras would probably be best. Okay, so. Okay, so together we're going to just close our eyes, guys, and we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. And then I'm going to do the reading, and we're going to just tune into our energy as a collective. So we're going to close our eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we're going to hold this one a little bit deeper, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And I want us to just ask Source, Universe, our guides, what is our cards for the day? What is our lesson for the day that can help us expand our higher self and our conscious self? Awesome. Okay, so let's do the reading. Guides are going to ask us our cards for the day. Okay, so we have 3 cards, guys, that we have. I think that will really resonate with all of us. So the first one is service, recovery, faith. I think this is beautiful. So we have the 3rd chakra, and then we have the sacral chakra here. So sacral is our creative space. It's our sexual, sensual space. And here it's really talking about how can we be of service in a creative way right now in our life? So today I want you guys to ask yourself, how can I be of service to my community, to my family, to my friends? How can I be there for them? And I actually want to read out this story. I love these little stories in here. I don't know if you guys love them, but they're so beautiful. And this one really helps because it's the first one. So I want to make sure that you guys really understand where this is. So Honey Adams loved her 3 children very much and had a rewarding family life through sometimes she regretted never finding a career outside her home. At the end of her life, she realizes that this failure, quote unquote, was not a failure at all. She achieved something much more important, passing on a legacy of service for her daughter, Franny. Being a mother is a great accomplishment. Are you seeing your life as it really is? So through this, we really have to understand how we're creating our own life. So even the stories and experiences that we have currently in our life, how can we change our perception, change our perspective, sorry, which is so funny because this was the word of the day for YouTube, perspective. So how can we change our perspective and understand how can I be of service to myself? How can I be of service to just understanding and just worshiping, hey, what did I do in my life? Even though I wasn't able to accomplish everything and I'm still getting a late start of what I really want to do in my life, how can I still say that, this experience gave me service to those around me? How can I still own and accomplish and celebrate the service that I've done so far? And we're never a failure. Even our most things that we either regret or have any of those feelings they aren't failures, they're lessons. So really changing that perspective. Recovery. How are we going to recover from this? How can we recover from our intention? How can we recover from all the things that we're doing in our life? And here it's just saying that Greta wakes up to find a painful childhood memory all around her room. In the distance appears a huge wooden door with a white light steaming through the keyhole. As Greta tries to gather up her painful memories, they melt and form a great lilac key. She places the key in the lock, and a wave of fear engulfs her. The door opens, and pain and fear regades. Clarity comes, and survival is no longer enough. Once the key has been used to open the door, you will have a new way of living, one without keys. Where are you heading that it is about to unlock? So understanding that, like, with us knowing our service and knowing that we aren't failures, then we're going to end up recovering from this. We're going to end up giving ourselves more love. We're going to give us more light into our situation. So even though Greta was seeing this and like and feeling like she didn't make what she was supposed to do, she's understanding that she actually has the key to happiness. She has the key to love. She has the key to every single solution she wants. And even in times where we feel like we don't have those keys, this is where we have to go back to. We have to understand that. Go to your third eye and ask yourself, what are the experiences that you've had, both the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the okay, or whatever that may be? And how do you see the beauty in that? How do you see the happiness and understanding that we have full control of our emotions? The emotion that you have right now, you manifested that. So you need to understand, how can I recover that and change and shift that, right? Faith, having belief in the service that we give and understanding that the failures that we have are not anything to do with ourselves. They're more of the lessons that we need to do. And recovery is really connecting to faith, because as we recover, we understand that we have more, I think you can say, just more belief in ourselves and what we are able and capable of doing. So I want to read this story too. I love these little stories, guys. I feel like this is such a cute little book. Peggy is terrified. She can't see past the wall in front of her, and it's preventing her from moving forward. She cries out for help, and the great spirits appear and tell her that she is holding the royal purple, the third eye brick. Thinking it is a wall, they encourage her to place the brick back in the path and ask her not to give up on life. Peggy lowers the brick to the ground and courageously steps forward. Her future lights up. What frightens you is something much smaller than you know. And if you are experiencing pain, holding on tighter will only worsen the situation. Your greatest awaits. So understanding that we need to release what is no longer us, which is no longer serving us. Sorry, my words, serving us. And that is so important. So for example, this actually brought me a feeling of my past experience. And I hope this really resonates with you guys. But I had a point in my life where I didn't see my life valuable. And when I was very depressed, I was suffering depression. And I understood that when I believed in myself, and when I had that belief, and when I saw the light, the small speck of light in my situation, and even going back to gratitude, I understood that I had full control of believing what I need to. And even though that I wanted to put that brick and take that brick and do what I wanted with it, I understood that releasing that and seeing that gratification of like, I'm grateful for where I am in my life, that turned a light in my mind. That turned a light in my life. That allowed me to see an escape from every pain that I was experiencing after my trauma. So I want you guys to know, if you are feeling things that you haven't felt in a long time, or feeling things that you didn't even know were there, that is part of us growing our faith more, growing the faith. And what I mean by faith, I mean the belief within ourselves, believing in ourselves, even in a time where so many people are understanding the pain that the world is going through, and that how we have to work on it together. So I really love this reading. I really think that if you guys if you do meditation, activating your third eye will also really get you to connect with faith and recovery, and also breathing through in the sacral space as well, and connecting and unlocking that. So thank you so much. It was so nice chatting with you guys. I really hope that really connected with you. Brianna just said, yes, release what does not serve you is so important. And it's something that we continue to do until we no longer are in this lifetime, right? And until that day comes. But until now, we need to ensure that we are able to understand what is our journey, what are we meant to do in this lifetime. So thank you so much, guys. It was so nice chatting with you. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe for you guys on YouTube, and you guys on Instagram. Go check out the YouTube channel. It is in my story. I would really appreciate the support, and liking, subscribing, and putting the notification bells. I do videos every single day on manifestation, angel numbers, readings, all of that stuff for you guys. So I just want to say thank you for all you do. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you, all of you guys who are on there. I'm sending you so much light and love. Take care of yourself. Give yourself some self-love this weekend, and this week, and every single day. Just do one thing that makes you happy. And Instagram, I'm going to end you guys, but Sending you love and light. I'll see you guys on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time for another live. And for you guys on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to do another live probably maybe tomorrow, but put notification bells because I got some messages on my videos saying that people were like, I missed you. I didn't notice you were doing a live. So if you don't put the notification bells, YouTube won't tell you that I'm actually online. So put in notification bells. You'll be notified when I do videos. You'll be notified all these updates and stuff. And really it's just a conscious space. And also if you guys are interested in the Facebook group, that is posted in our community area on YouTube. So you can go check that out. Thank you guys. You guys are so awesome. I hope you have a good rest of your Saturday, or if you're ahead of time and not Eastern time, a great rest of your night, day, morning. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so much positivity. See you guys soon. Bye.